Hey everybody, it's me, Sky Deep, and I finally get to share with you what I've been wanting to share for quite some time now. Just my process and how I do that like that, which is the name of the show. How I link my Ableton session with my MPC live sessions. So I needed to do that when I did my live performance in LA. And something that I kept running into as a problem was unstable Wi-Fi. Sometimes I would get on Wi-Fi systems and it would drop out. Maybe it wasn't working that day. Maybe too many people were on it and I would get kicked out or something like that. One of the cool things about the MPC Live and the MPC X is that they are working with Link, Ableton Link. This allows us to be able to start everything in time. Like if you hit play on the MPC Live, that doesn't mean that Ableton Live is going to also play. You have to individually hit play on Ableton Live too. That's the cool thing about it, is that you can treat Ableton as your extra drum machine until you get a hardware drum machine, if that's your plan. In my case, that's my plan. I would like to get a drum machine to play back and forth between the MPC Live so I can be completely without a computer. But until I can afford that next machine, Ableton is still a powerful tool, and I quite like to actually send my vocals through Ableton, or sometimes my guitar. So anyway, here we go. What do I use? What I decided to handle my instability problem when it comes to Wi-Fi was I bought my own tiny little travel router that I can take with me. I'll put the link in the description of this exact model, but it's by a company called TP-Link, and yes, the AC750 Wi-Fi travel router. What I can do with this is I can make my own password, my own network name, and nobody else can use it but me, unless, of course, I give them the code. This is great when I'm in a venue with a ton of people or in a venue that doesn't have Wi-Fi that I can use. So I make sure that up here, my Wi-Fi is on the right router. I named mine Imani. And also on the MPC Live, it has to be there. So in Ableton, I'm in my session. And so, yeah, this is some of my clips that I use for some songs. And I send my vocals through here. Yeah, there's my vocal effects chain and stuff. Okay? What I'm going to do is show you how I activate the link. I go into the user preferences and I go onto this tab, Link MIDI. And right now in the link section, it's hiding. So I want to unhide it. It says show link toggle. And if you notice, now we have the link button showing up here. I do not use the start-stop sync because I want to be able to play the tracks from the computer separately than when I want to start or stop the tracks in the MPC Live. Okay, so I'll come out of this. And I'm just going to activate link. Okay, right now it's showing that we have one link. And that's because my MPC Live is already on the same network using the link option. But I'll show you also on there how I do that. Okay, so here we are. We're looking at the MPC preferences screen under the Wi-Fi tab. And I am on Imani network. I've already logged in. The Wi-Fi is switched on. Now I'm going to go over to the sync section of the preferences, and here under the receive section, it's going to receive Ableton link. It's already set up, but I just want to show you. It says off, MIDI clock, or MIDI time code, or Ableton link. It's there. I don't worry about the rest of that in this particular case. Okay, so if I come out of that, and now I'm ready to play around with some of my sequences, and if we look back here at the Ableton Live screen, you'll see I already have a couple of tracks ready to go, or a couple of clips ready to go. So I just want to demonstrate to you that the linking really does and can happen in time. In fact, oh, before I continue, you see here, you see the status bar? It's going round and around and around. The same thing happens on the MPC. That's how you know that they're working together. So if you look back over here at the MPC, I'm not sure if you can really, I just try to get the focus in here. I'm not sure if you can really see the detail, but here at the sequence section on the main view, you'll see that it also has a status bar right under our BPM reading. You'll also notice that if I change the BPM here on the MPC to 127, and you look back over at Ableton Live, it also changed. Now, if I change on Ableton Live to, let's turn that down. I just changed it to 124, but I'm going to put it back to 123. And if you look back over here at the MPC Live, it went back down to 123. So that's just something to keep in mind, that whichever one you're looking at, when you change the tempo on one machine, it will change on the other no matter what. There is no way around that. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm just going to hit play on the Ableton session. Okay, it's just a little effect. So now I'm going to add something else. Let's see. Yeah. And here I go. I'm going back over here. Now I'm going to stop Ableton. Excuse me. Well, yeah, I could stop Ableton. Let's do that. Alright, so then let's just hit play again. I'm going to hit it on the off note. I'm not going to hit it on the one. So 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, so I hit it on some weird, I tried to hit it on 3, but I didn't. I hit it definitely not on the 1, and it still came in perfect time on the next beat. Now that all depends. Okay. Where it will, the clip will start and stop, all depend on how you have it quantized in the launching bar here. So I have most of my clips quantized to 1 bar. So that means that when I hit play on a clip in Ableton, it will start on the next bar. It will also stop on the next bar if I hit stop. And then that's more or less the same with the MPC Live. So let's see if I can, I'm going to hit stop here and we see our status bar is running again. I am going to hit play on our MPC Live just to demonstrate again. The bar will be in the middle. So watch the bar here. Yeah. If you see, there was a delay. I hit the button, it was like in the middle of the status bar, but the actual beat came in right on the 1 because it is synced up with Ableton Link. So I just want to show you again, we have the beat. Okay, so that's an example of how I can use my own personal wireless router to keep the machines linked reliably. There are many other ways to link these machines. You could do it manually, and that's risky. But you can use the MIDI sync, but it usually requires being in controller mode, or it requires that when you stop Ableton Live, then you also would be stopping the MPC. And that's why I choose not to use MIDI to link these two devices. Have a good day. That's how I do that like that.